Good morning. So we are in my kids' bathroom. I am getting ready for church. Normally, my videos that I make are a little bit more formal, like sit down kind of thing. But this is going to be a homemaking video. And I figured I wanted to try something different with my homemaking videos and keep them a little bit more organic. There we go. I actually can see, look at that. So, something I have always struggled with is homemaking. So I don't come at this from a place of I have it all figured out. I come at this from a place of I am working to figure it out. I have been a stay-at-home mom for 9 years. Something that I feel like I continually have happen in my house is that we will have the house at a state that I'm happy with, cleanliness wise. And then inevitably something happens in our life that throws us off, and then we are scrambling to try to clean everything up, and then we get it all situated and I feel like I can breathe. It's good for a couple of weeks and then it starts to go downhill, and it's just a continuous cycle. So I know that I need a better system. I decided I'm going to restart the FlyLady system because it seems like something that works really well for my brain and is going to be something I can stick with. It's an overwhelming system, but it is not an unreasonable system. So if you are unfamiliar with the FlyLady, she's been around forever, and she has this system that you are going to be actively decluttering your home on a consistent basis. You're going to spend 15 minutes every single day doing some deep cleaning. You have hot spots that you're going to clear off. You know, her famous part is like the shining your sink thing. Every night you shine your sink and it's just, you clean it out, you dry it off, kind of things like that. There are so many other aspects of her system. I will link her website, which if you go to her website, don't get overwhelmed by it, but I will link it in the description box. It is a very good, very well thought out system. And it seems like once you understand it and you do it, it's manageable, especially for a homeschooling family who is home all the time. So that's what we are doing here, is we are starting the FlyLady Baby Steps. I don't know what this video is going to consist of, what it's going to look like. I'm thinking this might be an introduction slash week 1 or week 1 and 2, but we will see how long this ends up being. I have done day 1, so we are officially on day 2 of the baby steps. I am excited and hopeful that this is going to be the time that we can actually get it figured out and we're actually going to have some form of a system. So if this is our first time meeting, hi, my name is Brittany. I am a homeschooling mom to 4 kids. We have been homeschooling, like I said, for 9 years. I have kids from high school down to kindergarten. On this channel, I talk all things homeschooling and homemaking. If that's of interest to you, I'd love for you to stick around and subscribe. So I went and grabbed my binder. So the baby steps are all online. They do it like in an email form too, but I cannot do things on my computer, on my phone. It is too distracting, the temptation to go get on other things. I have to have paper. I'm a paper planner girl. I just love everything on paper. So I printed everything out. I printed out the baby steps. That way I can just go through it. I keep it by my planner. And so day 1, like I said, was shining your sink. My sink is nice and shiny. My sink is nice and shiny. And then day 2 is where we're at, and that is getting dressed to shoes. But I think the mentality is just getting dressed. So you're going to fully be dressed for the day. I do find that that's true for me. If I get up, I have to get dressed, like all the way dressed, fix my hair in some way, either like, even if it's just clipping it up, and put on a little bit of makeup. It just kind of gets me going in the day. And so that is day 2. So I'll be back for day 3. So I'm on day 4. Admittedly, I have not done great days 1, 2, and 3. I have done okay. So I got day 1/2. I did shine my sink, and I got dressed to shoes. I sort of got dressed to shoes yesterday. Not as great. Yesterday was a hard day. And I'm not even necessarily dressed to shoes today. I'm counting it because I got out of my robe. But I'm taking the kids swimming after school, and so I don't want to do like full on. But I put on a little bit of makeup. I clipped my hair back, and I put on something that was less comfortable than my robe. So I'm counting it. We're going to get there. Like I said, baby steps. Day 3 was supposed to be going and exploring her website. I have experience, so I'm like, I probably need a refresher on the website. So today is doing sticky notes. So we have to put sticky notes on the bathroom mirror and above your kitchen sink. So I'm going to go do that. Okay. So I think on my list today is going to be cleaning this window. It's pretty bad. Okay, so I have shine your sink above my sink now, and dress to shoes is on my bathroom mirror. Okay, so it says that this is the beginning of your control journal. The control journal, if you don't know about FlyLady, it's basically just a binder that's going to tell you everything that you need to do in your days, down to like your big cleaning, and then your weekly, every day has a different task that you do. And so that's what goes in there. But you don't start that in the baby steps. You start with post-it notes because those are simple. And so we've got our shine the sink and dress to shoes. And that's all for day 4. Go finish cleaning. Okay, so I am at a weird angle because I have the wrong tripod, and I could go get the taller tripod. However, I don't feel like it. I did not film yesterday's FlyLady update. In all fairness, I didn't do yesterday's FlyLady up. Like, I didn't do it. So there's that. So yesterday was day 5 is the negative thoughts, the negative voices in your head, like ignoring the negative voices in your head. I should have done that one because I'm really, I get in my head about that kind of stuff, and I'm just never going to have a clean house. And my house is always going to go through these ebbs and flows of cluttered and clean and then cluttered again. And then just, it's always going to be. So I'm going to try to combine yesterday's with today. Now, what I did do was I did get dressed to shoes. I did not shine my sink. I did kind of glance at my messages that I posted for myself and then chose to ignore shining my sink last night. But we're going to just keep pushing forward because we're just going to keep on going. So I'm going to integrate that within today's, which is day number 6. And we are going to do hot spots. So today's focus is hot spots. So it says to pick your spot in your house that is your catch-all zone. So I'll show you my catch-all zone real quick. Okay, this counter is my catch-all spot. It is right as you walk into the kitchen. As you can see, ignore the dishes in the sink. There's some clutter that gets caught up here, but for the most part, this is our catch-all spot. You walk in, and it's a good drop zone, which everybody needs a good drop zone. Like, she's not saying you can't have a drop zone. It's just you have to clear the clutter from the drop zone. And so right in here, and also this lift up right in here also catches a lot of clutter. I'm going to just go through and clean this off. So what you're supposed to do is I use a visual timer. And so she said to get a timer and do 2 minutes. I'm going to set my timer, and I am going to clear my hot spot for 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Let's do 3 so I can get set up. Here we go. Okay, so I ended up having to get the good tripod anyway, so I can actually film at a good level. So I can show real quick. Let me show you why I always struggle to stick with this whole thing. This is what my hotspot looks like. It's not as bad. It is definitely an improvement, but leaving it and not getting the rest of it is really bothering me. But I have fully committed that I am not going to push really hard. I'm going to baby step this, because the reason why I fail every single time is because I want to do it all. I want all of the systems. I want it right now. I don't want it to take 2 months for me to get a system in place. But for longevity, I know I need to baby step it. So I am going to not touch the rest of this hotspot. I know that I will have another 2-minute hotspot clear off tomorrow. And so hopefully we can just we'll make progress. A lot of the papers and stuff really is just, I need to file those away for school. And since that is part of my file system within my homeschool planning, they'll probably get taken care of anyway. So I can just breathe and just let it be. So that is day 6. So we have one more day in week 1 of our FlyLady system. And so I'm excited. Hopefully this is going to be it. Okay, so we have completed week 1, kind of. I have been not as consistent as I wanted to be, but I feel confident enough to say that we've done it. So I have been pretty consistently cleaning out my sink. I have been consistently getting dressed to shoes every day. That one is every single day I've been getting dressed to shoes. Yesterday was day 7. Actually, it was day 8. So I'm a little bit ahead on, I said I was going to probably just do week 1. And I think I'm going to just do week 1. I've been editing as I go. And I think I'm at kind of like the time cutoff that I want to do. And so I think this is just going to be the intro in week 1. But so day 8 was lay out your clothes for tomorrow. And I kind of did that. I knew I had clothes in the laundry hamper. And so I didn't like go lay them out, but I knew that they were in there and I knew what I was going to be pulling. And so there's that. But I am going to officially today go pull out clothes and hang them up and have them laying out. But I got dressed to shoes first thing this morning, looking at my Post-its, recognizing the negative voices and speaking truth over those negative voices, which I'm doing that for everything, not just for the FlyLady stuff. I have anxiety and some depression. And so taking the time to speak truth over those negative thoughts, and then just also reaching out to my people in my life, like my friends at church and stuff like that, whenever I am feeling that pull of negativity and needing that little bit of encouragement. So like texting one of them. I am actively working toward that place of speaking truth over those negative thoughts. I'm going to wrap this video here because I am moving into week 2 and I don't want this to be forever and a day long. This is the first homemaking video I've put out in quite some time. So if you like this kind of content, not just the homeschool stuff that I have normally on my channel, make sure to tell me so in the comments. Give this video a like so that I know to keep putting out the homemaking videos. Let me know the kind of like organization homemaking systems that you have in place. Do you follow FlyLady or some other kind of method? I would love to hear what everybody else does. I probably will end up using FlyLady as a jumping off point. I'm going to try to do it purely for the first 6 months, and then I'm going to tweak it as I need to. But I would love to hear what everybody else does, and so I can get some ideas. So with all that being said, I hope you have a fantastic week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.